My guest today is the lawyer Yalchin Imanov. Welcome to our studio. Thank you. Yesterday, Sabaya District Court passed sentence on 4 opposition activists. What can you tell us about it? How had the primary investigation been carried out? If I speak about primary investigation, it will take too much time, and separate primary investigations were carried out for each activist. Therefore, I want to speak about court proceedings of the opposition activists. The court conducted biased inquiry. Court decision was not fair, and it was revealed that the opposition activists' arrests were politically motivated. Was the court be able to prove that the opposition activists committed crime? Well, the primary investigation couldn't prove it, and the defendant's side denounced the charge. If the judge made fair decision, the activists would have been rehabilitated. In his final speech, the public prosecutor referred not to the evidences that submitted during the proceeding, but to the charge act presented at the end of the primary investigation and presented it to the court as a text version of his final speech. And this is violation of the law. According to legislation, Code of Criminal Procedure, the speeches made during the trial must only be based on evidences brought during the proceedings. However, the public prosecutor couldn't refer to any evidence explored during the proceedings. Was any evidence explored? Yes, there were evidences. For example, most of the witnesses were the police. According to the European Court of Human Rights, the police were not allowed to give testimonies as witnesses. However, the police were considered as witnesses during the proceedings of the opposition activists. They were false witnesses. In one hand, they were not aware of the case and couldn't answer the questions given by the defendant's side. Other witnesses were the people engaged in small businesses. The witnesses said that the police forced them to attend the court proceeding and give testimonies threatening them that they will annihilate their small businesses if they don't go to the proceeding as witnesses. However, these witnesses couldn't confirm the testimonies, and it was revealed that there were contradictions in their testimonies. What are the similarities and contradictions between the primary investigation and the court investigation? The similarities were, during both investigations, the judge had preconceived opinion. Besides, in both investigations, the motions filed by the defendant's side were not granted. Then you know that court investigation is carried out based on evidences brought by the defendant's side and the plaintiff. No evidence brought by the defendant's side was accepted by the court. The differences were that during the court investigation, the defendant's side was allowed to speak. Recently, there have been increasing pressures against the lawyers. They are expelled from bar of lawyers or insulted. Have you also faced any pressures so far? Unfortunately, this information is true. Most of the lawyers in Azerbaijan received pressures, and I'm very sorry for that. They were persecuted as they defend the rights of arrested persons, and it is forbidden by the law. To tell the truth, I don't have much information about the lawyers defending the rights of the arrested people at Sabaya District Court, and I have just heard that those lawyers didn't face pressures while carrying out their professional duties. Did the defendant's side or the lawyers make any speeches during the proceeding? The defendant's side expressed their opinions about what they were arrested and why the government illegally has forbidden the freedom of assembly for more than 6 years. They mentioned the inhuman treatment against them during the investigations. However, the court didn't consider the facts and evidences brought by them. You said that the arrested people faced inhuman treatment during investigations. Have you appealed to the European Court, or are you going to appeal? Well, we are going to appeal to the European Court, but first we should take the case into local instances, and then we can appeal to European Court. We filed a number of motions during the investigations, but they were denied. We repeatedly filed motions, however, the court didn't consider them. Therefore, we are going to take the issue to European Court, and we hope that European Court will make a fair decision. Will you file an appeal? Of course we will. When will you file an appeal? We should file an appeal during 20 days after the court passed sentence. Sabaya District Court will pass sentence during 3 days, and after that we will file an appeal immediately. Do you believe that appeal court will make fair decision? We will file an appeal asking that the court investigation be held and evidences be considered. If our appeal is denied, we will immediately appeal to European Court. Thank you for the interview. Today my guest was the lawyer Yalchin Imanov. Thank you.